Hello beautiful friends, my name is Katie, and as an avid thrifter as well as a lover of the color white, I come across a lot of secondhand items that one might be really cool vintage, two are actually by a super high-end name brand and cost a lot of money, or three, they're just great pieces that you want for your wardrobe but might not necessarily still be the color white anymore. And it's easy to skip over these pieces because you look at them and you're just like, that's really gross. I don't know what happened to that garment of clothing. Or you just think to yourself, there's no way I can get this white. Why am I even going to bother? Well, that was the case with this coat. I found this coat at the Salvation Army. It was originally $8 and then it was on sale half off for $4, and it was super gross looking. The entire collar on it was completely yellow. There were stains all down the front. It was very, very gross. And instead of passing it up, I decided that I really wanted to try and see if there was any way to save it, because it is perfect for formal wear. It's my exact size, so it didn't have to be altered in any way. And the only thing stopping it from being amazing was just the fact that it was a little bit gross. I found something called the Miracle White Solution. So I'm gonna show you guys how to do this, and then at the end of the video, I'm gonna show you some of the parameters to be cautious about if you are going to try this yourself. So let's get started. Here is my before coat. You can see that it's got contrasting brown buttons, and then in the back it has this horrible plastic chain that makes just the worst noise possible. Here's the up close of this coat. You can see all of the yellow stains, and then there were additional just other stains on it, which when I first looked at this at the thrift store, I was like, ew, this coat, not buying. But then I was like, I want to test this to see if it'll work. I'm going to seam rip off this chain in the back, which is really easy because it's just stitched into the side seams. And if you wanted to add it back later, you totally can. I end up just sewing this back together because I did not like that chain. And then I'm also going to cut or seam rip off all of the buttons. I'm then going to fill my bathtub with the hottest water that comes out of the faucet, and you only want to fill it so that it covers the top of the garment. You don't want this to be super full, or otherwise that will dilute your solution. But you're going to add 1 cup of bleach, 1 cup of laundry detergent, 1 cup of powdered dishwasher detergent, and then a ½ cup of borax, and then you're just going to mix everything around, and then lay your garment into the solution and push it down to really make sure that it is in there, and then add some water on top to make sure that it is completely covered. It is recommended to leave it in the solution for 1 hour. I think I left mine in for about 3 just to make sure it was really, really clean, and then I'm just going to wash it off with water. Next up, I'm going to spray paint my buttons using Rust-Oleum in a gloss white. I'm spray painting them because replacement buttons are super expensive, and they honestly didn't have any that I liked in Joann's, and this is a great way to reuse what you already have. After the buttons are dry, I'm just going to sew them back onto where they were initially. So here's the final product. I now have white buttons on it instead of those kind of brown sheep looking ones that didn't really seem to go with the aesthetic of the coat. And also it is white and it looks really good and it's not disgusting. And I've already worn this coat to a couple events and tons of people were like, I love your coat, it's absolutely beautiful. And I was like, got it at a thrift store and was definitely telling people all about this solution because I think it is perfect if you're going to save a piece. So one thing I will mention, this coat, again, I got it at the Salvation Army, and when I was trying to do some research on it, I think it's actually a really high-end coat. I think it actually retailed for like $700 or something, which is crazy, and after I'd taken all the buttons apart, I was like, maybe I should have tried to resell this. But I'm obviously not going to do it because I did buy it specifically to wear to an event, so that is why I bought it in the first place. So I'm going to keep this coat regardless of its resale value. So one of the reasons I think that this coat was super gross is because it actually said that it is dry clean only. And I say that in quotation marks because I think a lot of things are dry clean only that don't need to be dry clean only. But with that being said, here's the thing. If it's your absolute favorite garment and you would be distraught if it's destroyed, maybe don't try this. I don't know for sure if it'll work on every single garment, but in my case, this was obviously a thrifted coat that I don't have any emotional attachment to, so if it was destroyed, it wouldn't be the end of the world. I'd just lose $4. That's totally fine. And I've also talked to a lot of people who tell me like, I have this dress or whatever that I absolutely love, but it's super yellow or super gross, it has armpit stains, whatever, and they're basically going to throw it away or donate it, but they love the piece. I think this is absolutely perfect to try. Obviously, there are two types of material that when you put in water, weird things happen. So the first one being silk. Silk is just, I don't know, impossible. If you have something silk and you're trying to save it, this is not a great method because silk does that weird thing where it shrinks and weird things happen. Or wool, because of the way wool is woven when it like shakes or whatever. So I probably would not recommend trying this on wool or silk because who knows what's gonna happen. Those materials just don't adjust well to water and home washing. But this coat, for instance, is 100% cotton on the outside, and then the lining is 100% polyester. And these are two materials that are really durable when washing, so I don't see any reason why you couldn't wash those kind of materials. Again, if it's your absolute favorite garment and you'd be crushed if it's destroyed, don't try this. But if it's something that you're just really looking to save, this thing works really, really well. I was so surprised. And then the other thing is, I think maybe some of the reasons why it was so yellow, and if you're out thrifting, is because of that dry clean only. I think the person who had it originally probably never actually washed it. And it might be because of these buttons that they said dry clean only, and the weird chain in the back, but I took them all off before washing, so they obviously didn't affect the wash cycle at all. Those are just some things to keep in mind, that you probably do want to pop off anything that is super nice, especially if you're using bleach. But otherwise, this is awesome, and I'm definitely going to try it on some vintage wedding dresses that I have that are definitely not the color white. They're that weird yellow color now, and I will definitely keep you guys updated to tell you how it works on other materials. If you like this video, please give it a big thumbs up because it's free, and who doesn't love free things? It lets me know that you guys are out there, and it just makes me happy. So if you want to do it just to be awesome and, you know, spread some joy, that would be great. And if you're not subscribed yet, hit the subscribe button down below because I make tons of DIY things, and I like to show you guys all sorts of techniques on how to save money and how to save vintage clothing. And if you guys try this, please definitely let me know in the comments below how it went, what type of materials you used, because that's some great information to pass along to everyone. I hope you guys have a fantastic week, and I will see you next time. Bye!